Hello, my most amazing artists. Today we are going to be writing our name on the paper first thing. You'll write your name and your teacher's name and then flip it over so that those names are on the back of your page. We are going to be creating a watercolor background today for our birch trees that we will cut and glue onto this background next time. You are going to go ahead and get started. You can paint these backgrounds however you would like. I'm just kind of painting mine in different patches of color and blending those colors in between. But go ahead and experiment and see how you like to create. All of the techniques that I show you today only work when your watercolor paint is still quite wet. So when you do this, you are going to need your paper and your paint to be wet with watercolors. The first technique I'm going to show you is using bubble wrap to create a texture on your page. So if you make sure that your paper is wet and then you put your bubble wrap on the top of that wet paint, bumpy side down, and just gently press it on and leave it where it is. It's going to create kind of a cool texture of circles on your watercolor paints. Another technique is by, again, making sure that your paint is wet and then using a little pinch of salt to sprinkle onto your paper. You do not need a lot. Make sure your paper's not super crusted over with salt. You only need one small pinch. This is going to make another different texture, kind of a crystal-y looking one. Because what happens is the salt slurps up or drinks in the water and leaves some areas where it picks up the watercolor. One last technique that I would like to show you today, again, while your paint is still wet, is using a piece of saran wrap. If you use cling wrap or saran wrap, it's going to give you yet another texture. This texture is going to look a little bit rocky and sometimes geometric, like triangles and squares and different shapes that it will create. You want to make sure that when you have your saran wrap, you don't crumple it up into a ball and you don't have it super flat like this, but that it's just a little bit crumpled up. You'll see the shapes starting to happen. Again, press it down and then leave it there. You'll leave all three of these things on your paper today: the bubble wrap, the saran wrap, and the salt. Do not try and take them off. Just leave them on your page. I would like you to please either choose sunset colors or warm colors, red, orange, and yellow, or your cool colors, blue, purple, and green. Remember that this is your sky. Once you're all finished, take your paper flat like a pizza and bring it over to the drying rack. Please close your paints and put them back nice and neatly on your art cart. If you have any extra bubble wrap or salt, please put that back on your art cart as well. Then you're going to take your water cup to the sink, put your brush in the wash brush bucket, dump out your water cup, give the water cup a little bit of a rinse, and then set it right next to your sink. Make sure you're using your table color sink. Then you will need to wipe down your table spot.